This game is rated E10 for ages 10 and up. For more information, please go to esrb.org.
Hello everyone, Kirbyvolt here, but you can call me KV, and welcome back to the Tears of the Kingdom logs. On the last log, a lot happened, but also there's some stuff that happened before that I want to show you that I forgot to show you in the previous log, like, that. I'm a genius. I did it. The platform is floating. It's floating away from me. So I think all these clips I'm showing off were stuff that happened between log 62 and 63, and I completely forgot to show them, considering we're starting back in log, we're back at the, like, kind of the ending of log 63 from last time. Okay. So this seems pretty straightforward. This is a shrine I did that I didn't bother to show. Oh! Well, that worked out just dandily. Also, yeah, Addison, what the heck kind of sign is that? Like, what is that? What is that? Why would he make a sign like that, Addison? Oh, and this is a fun one. This is a you don't have anything on you shrine, but you use these constructs to basically bully other enemies. Just, hooray! Yeah, here's more from the earlier in the shrine, where I'm making the because the construct in specific they want you to use is this homing construct, which, spoilers, I don't use a lot during most of the playthrough because I just didn't get how to use them properly. But I definitely figured out some things. Like, oh, they saw me. Time to leave. She was alright. That's Link's wife, or girlfriend, or whatever the relationship is. Anyways. In the last log, we tackled this sky labyrinth. We finished it, found out there was also something underground as well. Got the special reward there. It wasn't super amazing, in all honesty, but it was cool that we got it. We're definitely going to be completing the majority of this game at this rate, minus, like, the Koroks, which I don't really count towards completion, if you want me to be completely honest. And now I'm just having fun jumping up in the sky, because it's just silly. For today's log, we had a long one. I don't know what we're going to do, and how we're going to do it, but we're going to do quite a lot of things. Starting with going to this island over here. Also, when I was doing some of my editing, as much as I don't do a ton of editing for these particular logs, I really like the vibes I had in last log. Like, it kind of felt like just like nice and cozy. Like, I don't know, my commentary felt like I really enjoyed it. I don't know if I can capture that same spirit again. Maybe I can. I did talk about some personal stuff, but it wasn't like that big of a deal. It just kind of like, man, this is kind of vibes. So, I don't know. What kind of style do you prefer of me? Do you prefer bombastic, or do you prefer kind of like more kind of just like, you know, tuned out vibes? I guess tuned out's the wrong way to. You get the idea of what I'm trying to say. Hopefully. Oh, map. Alright. Oh, hey, well, it's right there, that's for sure. It's not tuned out. It's like just kind of in the zone, not like really caring, kind of just. Of course, the more I talk about it now, the more I'm not going to be able to replicate it, so oopsies. Of these vehicles that it has for us, I definitely think the one with the batteries would be the best one to use right now. But I want to see what's on top of here. It's probably nothing, but I want to see. It's a big one of those light bulbs that Zelda wears as earrings in the past. Oh, wow. They just have a whole stock of batteries here. I wish I could just take these. Can I just take these for myself and just like... Ooh, yeah, you know, what is over there? Okay, well, here's something we haven't done yet. Probably. Because I do want to try to go for those star islands, or the star flower islands. They look like petals. Because that's where the slates are about the past that you get to that one guy in Kakariko. Maybe we'll go there. Maybe we won't. I don't know. Okay, smart. Yep. Let's load up this so we just have a bunch of battery. And we're going to load it up so that it's even. And if you heard a loud noise, that was my dog jumping off the bed. Sometimes he doesn't want to lay on the bed, he just wants to go and explore. There's nothing wrong with that. Like, I guess, as much as some of this content might not be as interesting, because we're not, like, advancing the plot, I kind of just do like the vibes of this game, of just like, hey man, I found something, let's just kind of mess around and do silly stuff. I don't know. Maybe that's just me. I like games having stories, but I don't think stories should be the breaker for people. I think the gameplay needs to speak for itself first. And I feel that this, especially over Breath of the Wild, this has many more gameplay options that definitely tickle my fancy more. Oh, we're gonna make up all these batteries? Okay, yeah, we're gonna be a little uneven for a bit, but that's fine. Because now it's gonna even out once again. And yeah, it's gonna take the front one off again. Alright, well at least we know the pattern. I do like this over the wing, because the wing construct, that will eventually run out and disappear. But if you put on a platform like this, it'll never go out. You just need to have the battery power to support it. Which is why I put all those batteries on. Because it looks like it's going to be just enough battery power to get us there. I mean, I have my own batteries to use too, but... I think I know what's on this island, and past me's not going to be very happy. We'll see, though. And there's Dinral down there. Hey, Dinral. Oh, actually, no, that's not bad at all. That's just a flux construct. That's not bad. I was thinking this is going to be a Gleeok. Yeah, flux constructs aren't too bad to deal with. Ooh, wow. Yeah, those fans definitely eat up a lot of battery. Yeah, okay. Careful, 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 because otherwise we might... Ooh, yeah, okay. Goodbye, vehicle. You served us well. It has something stuck on it. It's probably just a treasure chest. You have a picture of this one? Actually, yeah, it's Flux Construct 3. I don't think there's a Flux Construct 4. I could be wrong on that. Anyways, Flux Constructs are probably the easiest boss to fight in the game, so let's go for it. Easiest boss, and watch me get my butt kicked. Oh, we also fought a Flux Construct 3 in the last log, so we still have its core attached to the Master Sword, so that's gonna make this very nice, very easy for us. Master Sword's running low on energy. It ran out. That's fine. Yeah, get frozen. I don't know how the Ice Rod's gonna help us out here, but we'll find out. So it's kind of old news at this point, but they did announce finally, and I managed to snag a pre-release of it. The Kirby and the Forgotten Land soundtrack's coming out, which is great. Comes out near the end of this year, which is odd, in my opinion, because Star Allies came out just about a year after that game released. It's weird that Forgotten Lands soundtrack took that long. But on the subject of that, that makes me now recall, hey, when are we getting a soundtrack for Tears of the Kingdom? I would like to get that OST, please. I already have Breath of the Wild's OST. I would like to get Tears of the Kingdom as well. I have the capital to purchase said OST, so I would like to purchase it. So I can spend money on the things I like, so therefore the things I like will continue to get new things. Although it's Zelda. Zelda's going to get new things regardless. But a big habit I usually do is that if there's an indie game that I really, really enjoy, I always go buy the soundtrack so I can give them extra support. I don't know if that helps the game out directly, but at least goes to, hopefully, the artists that worked on the soundtrack. I need to pick up the Penny's Big Breakaway OST, Freedom Planet 2, and the Berserk Boys OST. All good indie games I've played so far this year. I've had some complaints with Freedom Planet 2, but I think it's mainly a me thing. Freedom Planet 2 did not set out as the game I thought it was going to be, and I just have to kind of get used to that, that's all. Still need to start up Pepper Grinder. I only played the first stage of it in the demo, so I technically have started it, but I haven't really fully started it. Also, what? Why did I just leave this here? I left this here? Hello? Oh, okay, so maybe I did do some stuff between log 63 and 64, and this is some of the stuff that I found, and now I'm like, hey, let's do this on camera. Because this is another diving challenge. Bravery Island. Here we go. And it's a lot easier to do with the glide suit. Ta-da! I did it. Well, we get the shrine first, but I think we need to do the challenge from the construct here to get the thingy. I'm hoping the next piece of the outfit for the glide suit. Would like to have more than just the suit part of it. I'd like to have the pants and the headgear and this assembly line, because I found it. Also, activate this, because I don't think we've done this machine yet. Now I'm thinking about it, like, dang, there's been a lot of good indies I've played so far this year. Penny, Freedom Planet 2, Berserk Boy, I'm going to be playing Pepper Grinder eventually. What are other good indies that have come out? I know Gunvolt had 2 spin-off games, but they're not... They're kind of like... It's hard to describe them, because they're not like games you beat. They're kind of just evergreen games that you just kind of play when you feel like it. And, you know, there's nothing wrong with that. I like those 2, so... I'll have to check out more indie games. I really need to play more indie games, because there's a lot of good indie stuff that comes out, and I feel like they do a really good job, especially compared to some of the AAA counterparts. As much as I have my gripes with Freedom Planet 2, it's still a better game than Sonic Superstars. That's not to say Sonic Superstars was bad by any means, it's just outclassed. Alright, did I do it in time? Glide tights! Alright, we have some glide pants now. Oh, thanks for that. I also would like that that's helpful. No. I'm good. And there was the patented KV happy dance, where I just jump a lot because I did something well. I don't know why I have a patent for it. I think anyone can do the KV happy dance. I don't think I have a patent for it because I don't think that would hold up in the court of law. Hey, if you just jump around and flail your arms, yeah, that's my dance. Do not steal. Yeah, I don't think that would work. Alright. The shrine imprisons and purifies the ancient evil. It also turned the lights off. Yeah. Could I have one bright bloom seed? Just the one. Well, I guess I have a spotlight shield. I mean, I've already been seen, so I've never played a Metal Gear Solid game, so I don't actually know how that would have worked. Despite a lot of the Zelda games, especially ones I like, having, extremely involved stealth areas, I'm not super big on stealth mission stuff. Oh, right, that reminds me, actually. Oh, it broke because I was using it too much. Inti Creates does have another indie game coming out. Or, well, they're an indie company. That's kind of an oxymoron. But they do have another game coming out in May, which is Umberclaw. And I did play a demo of that. I'm definitely going to pick that one up. It definitely has some vibes that I didn't really resonate with, but I don't think I was in a great state of mind when I was initially playing the demos, so... It's a very interesting concept, though, as far as a 2D platformer goes. I think that's what makes it interesting. It's just, it has some very heavy stuff in it in, the first minute of the game, and I was like, oh, okay. I guess I should have expected that, but, I wasn't expecting that. Hi. Pass me? Okay. Maybe don't strike. Oh, that's not good. Okay, the ruby stick broke. Well, how about a ruby broadsword instead? Maybe don't strike them while they have a shield up. Alright. Ah, shoot. Not gonna get that charge in time. Oh well. Yeah, man, I think about it, that's it. All the games I'm kind of interested in getting at this point, I either have and I need to still continue. I'm going through Dragon Quest The Dark Prince. Dragon Quest Monsters The Dark Prince. That game definitely threw me through a loop. It wasn't what I was expecting it to be, but I've been enjoying it. Once I finish that, I have Unicorn Overlord. I do want to pick up that Sandland game, and I might pick up the remake of Paper Mario 1000 Year Door. Might. I just really, really did not care for Paper Mario's combat system. I didn't like it. I like action RPGs more than I like turn-based RPGs. Dragon Quest is the one exception to that for some reason. I think it's just because Dragon Quest handles it very nicely. To me, a cardinal sin of any RPG is having a main character locked and you can't switch them out. I think that's just a terrible game design choice. Now, in some cases, like if it was you have a party of 4 characters, fine. But if you have a party less than that, not fine. You should be able to change the party up as much as you want. And in Paper Mario, it's Mario plus the one partner, and that's it. And granted, that's how the game's designed, but I just don't like it. I want to play as the characters I want to play as, and I'm going to be frank with you. I'm not a big fan of Mario. I like his games. I don't like his character, because he's just there, man. He's just there. He's not a bad character. Don't hate him. Just don't like him that much. So when you show me all these cool characters, like in Thousand Year Door, or even in Super Paper Mario, I'm like, those are cool. I want to play as those characters. And it's like, no, you gotta play as Mario. Oh. Well, that's kind of uncool. Then again, I also, like, my tier ranking of Paper Mario games I know would upset Paper Mario fans, because I never played the original Paper Mario. I have no desire to, even though I could easily do so by using the NSO right now. I never played Sticker Star, but I don't have any desire to play that game either. I played Thousand Year Door when it came out, thought it was alright. I played Super Paper Mario when it came out. I loved that game. Like, that's my favorite Paper Mario game to date. Played Color Splash when it came out. Actually, no, I think that's the funniest thing. Every Paper Mario game I have gotten, excluding one, not because I wanted to, but because of external forces that made me go, oh yeah, I should probably play this. Thousand Year Door was a Christmas gift. Super's the only one I picked up out of my own natural desire to play it, because the gameplay in Super is my favorite of all the Paper Marios. That to me is like, that's what the series should go to. It's just a better gameplay style that fits Mario. And if you're going, oh, but what about the RPG style? Well, maybe you guys should have played the Mario and Luigi games, because those games do a much better job emulating the Mario style while also making an RPG, in my opinion. And you only get 2 characters in that game. Or 4, depending on which game it is. Color Splash I only picked up because I remember this Go Nintendo video of the main Go Nintendo guy. I don't remember his name. I just know him as the Go Nintendo guy, the guy with the big bushy beard. He made this video that was bittersweet but also kind of silly, because Paper Mario Color Splash was the last Nintendo-based game to be published for the Wii U. So, well, it's technically not first-party Nintendo, it's still a Mario game. So he made this video of like, hey, this is the last major Nintendo release to be made for the Wii U system that's going to be exclusively on the Wii U. Because the last game for the Wii U that was also by Nintendo was Breath of the Wild, but that was a dual release with the Switch. And so that appealed to me, and I was like, oh, I'll pick it up just for that, because I'll be part of history as one of the few people who actually played this game, because I liked the Wii U. It wasn't the best system, but it was at least a good system. And then Origami King I got because it was the pandemic, and I wanted another game to play. That's about it. I liked Color Splash, so I was like, I might as well pick up Origami King. So I guess Origami King, in a way, I also picked up of my own volition, but not as much as Super. Super was the one I was the most interested in. Oh my gosh, you have 2 dragons crossing the road here. That's cool. Hello. Can I have your tooth, please? Thank you. I'm gonna go get it now. I wish you could just, like, grab it out of the air. Oh, you can! Haha! I know many people prefer how the games were in the original and Thousand Year Door, so I'm glad you guys are getting that back. But for me personally, that gameplay is extremely flat and kind of boring. I much prefer what Origami King and Super did as far as gameplay styles. Super has easily the best story. I feel like if you could take the gameplay style of Origami King and maybe make it not as stressful for some people, and then give it a story like Super, you'd have the best Paper Mario game there. I just don't think like the flat, oh, we're just in a battle scene. It's been done to death. It's not that interesting in my opinion. Oh, do I have more stone tablets for you? I'm about to have him translate this for us because I can follow some things, but not all things. Yeah, I'm gonna put that little tangent I had about Paper Mario is I'm putting a pin in that for right now. We'll get back to that because I want to kind of explain it myself at least. And if you disagree, that's totally fair. But I have a few more things to say, but I want to see what this is all leading to first. Thank you, external hard drive. Oh, okay. So this is actually the very last one. You don't need to give me the reward. I got plenty of money still. Alright, so this should go at the very end of your scrolls there, right? I have no idea where you put that. Alright, well that was like now we know the contents of that. That was kind of sad. It's just like, hey, I was keeping record of all these people and then yeah, they're all gone now. Like that kinda sucks. I wanna know right about this chambermaid character. Hope they're doing okay. I mean, they're probably dead by now, but you know. Oh yeah, we also have like a ton of lights of blessings that we should probably make good on. Time to filter out that gloomy darkness. Alright, is this going to be my last stamina vessel then? Yep, stamina wheel is full. Yeah, well now we'll start getting the health. No, I want more stamina just because. Alright, and does that start a new row? It does not. Alright, well, we still have quite a ways to go on the heart front, so we'll have to see about that. Okay, unpinning. So, for me, I just guess I've never been a super big fan of turn-based RPGs. Unless they're, like, super simple. Like, Dragon Quest appeals to me a lot because there's no, like, extra nonsense with it. It's just, this is the battle system, this is how it is, deal with it. And I'm okay with that. Like, there's some extra things to spice it up, like classes or how you get different character traits and whatnot, but it doesn't affect the direct battle component, like, as far as the gameplay goes. I remember when I played Earthbound and, to a lesser extent, Mother 3, I did like those battle systems as well, although I did have some frustrations with them at some points. But I think the rolling counter for the health bar in both the games was definitely was a nice, unique take that didn't upset the gameplay flow too much. If you get my drift on that, I guess. Oh yeah, we gotta find those. Final Fantasy. is definitely one that I can never jive with fully. The ATB system that was introduced in, I think, like the SNES ones, I was never a big fan of, because it basically just meant, hey, if I'm a boss and I have better speed or whatever stat dictated it, I just can attack as much as I like. And it kind of became annoying when I'm trying to plan stuff out, and they're like, no, I'm just going to attack again. It's like, well, I'm still busy trying to figure stuff out. Please leave me alone. And for my money, the old Paper Mario battle systems are similar to that, and I just don't care for that gameplay style at all. They're not as egregious. You still have time to take your turn, but especially the audience system in Thousand Year Door, hate that. Like, it's a cool idea, but it's just like you get punished for essentially trying to think carefully, and then it's just like you can get some like really stupid things to happen, and then like I remember like one of the bosses eats the audience and it heals them. I'm just like, that's so dumb. Like, if you're gonna do something, just have it make some like. I think this is like, here's my ultimate problem with Thousand Year Door, and this is why I prefer Super over it. All the Paper Mario games, I guess starting Thousand Year Door onward, because apparently original didn't have this, but I never played it, so I don't know. But all of them do kind of what paraglider we're gonna get? The bear? He's gonna look at what the bear looks like. Oh, well, that's what it looks like. All Paper Mario games I've played do play with the fourth wall a lot. And so, in doing so, by playing with the fourth wall, it does kind of makes the games more humorous. But that comes with kind of a problem, is that and they also want that to kind of bleed into the gameplay a little bit. It works well in Super because the whole flipping thing allows you to see things that you technically wouldn't see, and therefore that adds to the game's humor. And also aids the combat, because combat and exploration are hand in hand in Super. But in Thousand Year Door, there's that whole audience thing. And the audience thing is something I never really figured out. And it's one of those things that's like, it's there as kind of a meta joke, but it's also something that can really obstruct the player if they're not understanding what's going on. Taking that, and then also like there's only certain things that Mario can do per turn, and it's like, well, I just want a regular attack. Well, no, but you gotta use this thing instead. And it's like, okay, cool, I'll use this thing, but then it has a bunch of button prompts of quick time events that just don't work sometimes. It was just like, ugh. There's just something about it that just always rubbed me the wrong way. And I think it's one of those things, like, I love breaking the fourth wall, and I love fourth wall humor, but it's hard to put that into gameplay successfully. Because Undertale does it too, and Undertale definitely flopped in that department for me. Like, if you ever saw my blind playthrough of Undertale, there's a part in it where I get really upset and kind of like just am extremely depressed. Granted, I was going through a lot of bad stuff at the time when I recorded that, so that's part of it. But the game literally tells you, hey, you suck because you didn't do this the right way. And I hated that, because essentially the game was saying, hey, you're allowed to play this however you want until now, when we're telling you you're playing it the wrong way. And it uses its meta humor to like make fun of the fact that, oh, you don't understand the assignments or something like that. And for that, it was just like, okay, well, if I'm allowed to play it the way I want to play it, why the heck are you scolding me for playing it the way I want to play it? Like, and again, it's not so much so that like it's part of the meta nature of the narrative in that particular case. And it just doesn't connect well, because the meta narrative is something of like, haha, isn't this a silly, stupid adventure going on? Yeah, there's dark parts to it, but it's not meant to be taken super seriously. But then the game all of a sudden goes, oh no, you should take this super seriously. It clashes way too much. So that part of the game, like, there's a reason I don't consider Undertale one of the greatest RPGs ever made, because there's just that horrible disconnect. And that's an extreme example. I don't think Paper Mario gets that bad, but it's a similar situation for me regarding that. So for that, like, just the battle system wise in Thousand Year Door is what kind of kills it for me a bit. I think the exploration in the game's fine. There's maybe a bit too much backtracking, but that can easily be fixed with a remake that will make it not as egregious. Other than that, yeah, like, again, I don't hate Thousand Year Door. I just, like, if I wanted to play a Mario RPG, I'd rather play Super Paper Mario. That just to me feels more of like a Mario game that's an RPG, as opposed to an RPG that has Mario in it. And they're still doing the same test questions, so. And I guess it's something weird to me too to think that like I actually enjoyed what I played of Mario and Luigi, because I can't, like, there's something about it just feels more natural comparatively. Like nothing feels in the game that it's like out to punish you for something stupid. Maybe that's it. It's just more straightforward RPG with a battle system that, quite frankly, isn't bad. And now some people say, isn't there a lot of backtracking in Super? Yeah, but the thing about Super is that it's a platformer. It's easy to backtrack in a platformer. It's a lot harder to backtrack in a winding, wobbly sewer maze of an RPG game where you have to be careful about how many random encounters you're going to get into because you're just trying to get to somewhere and not try to lose all your health. Maybe that's something they could do. To pull an Earthbound and just have it, or pull an Earthbound or like a Dragon, or I think some of the Dragon Quest games do it now too, where it's just, hey, if you're powerful enough, enemy either A, runs away from you, B, you automatically defeat it, so you don't have to worry about fighting it. There's a lot of modern sensibilities, or, I mean, in Earthbound's case, it's not even modern. That was 1995. There's just ways to make it more appealing and approachable to people. Yeah, now I think about it, actually, Origami King did it too. Granted, I think you had to strike the enemy with your hammer first, but yeah, if you were strong enough, which is interesting to say in Origami King because it doesn't have an actual like level meter, you could just skip some battles if you could just plow through them. So maybe they'll carry that over. One thing for sure, the aesthetics of Color Splash and Origami King are definitely the best in the series, so it's going to be nice to see an older Paper Mario have those kind of aesthetics applied to it. So all that said, maybe I will pick up Thousand Year Door Remake. Maybe I won't. I don't know yet, but I've kind of convinced myself now that I probably should, just to give another fair shot. Though I do want to play more indie games. I also want to upgrade these Zonai that have the Zonite pants that have the little power symbol as their like main gimmick. I think that's really funny. Actually, now I think about it, that power symbol does that come from the Wii? I'm gonna look that up. I don't have my phone on me, but I do have the internet right next to me on my computer. So allow me to type this up right now because I'm kind of curious. That's not what I wanted. Nope, that's not it. I'm not seeing anything. At least what relates to the armor itself. I think it is. I think that's the same symbol that was on. Because I'm looking at a picture of a Wii right now. It's power button. It's the exact same symbol. Has that always been the symbol for power on for Nintendo consoles? I just want to see a picture of it. I don't care about like. I mean, the Switch has it too, but well, I'm trying to figure out like the origin of it. Because obviously the Switch has it. Oh yeah, the 3DS has it too. So maybe the DS is the first one to have it? Shoot. That's gonna bother me. Maybe the SNES hat. Maybe. Okay, you know what? Let's look at the SNES. As I keep upgrading armor. I want to see. Okay. Oh, right. That's the crazy one. No, I just want to see the image. Gosh dang it. I can't tell. This is gonna bother me now. I mean, I guess other things use it besides Nintendo. I wonder. So, it might not be a Nintendo thing specifically, but at least for my money... actually, no, I'll double check one last thing. Yeah, what are we doing here? Oh, I think we're going to look out to see where the next tier is located. Sorry for all the typing in this one. And also, just Ray Paper Mario, I apologize if it came off really harsh. Just how I like things. Just kind of just different comparison. You're allowed to disagree with me completely, so don't feel bad if you do. I know most people probably do disagree with me on that. Paper Mario, that is. Right, we have our new heading. Okay. So, sorry for all the extra noises, but for the life of me, I was trying to check some things, because when I looked at the Super Nintendo, it just reads power, and you just press the thing up. I was trying to check that for Game Boy, same thing. Trying to check that for Game Boy Advance, couldn't see that properly, so I looked at GameCube, which would have been the most recent thing before the DS came out. And the GameCube, still, it just says power around the little circle of where the power button is, and it's a big gray button, you press it. So I want to say the DS is when they finally started using the current power symbol, which a lot of other devices use. It's not just Nintendo specifically. I have to wonder if that's like something related to like just a universal call of like, hey, all power buttons should look like this from now on. Essentially what it is that the current power button, if you were to look at your Switch, for example, it is a dash going through a giant O. And that's to represent an I and an O for off and on, essentially. It has to do with the circuit of electricity. Because on older Switches, not Nintendo Switch, older power switches for other devices, you would have two, like a little bumpy button that had two sides to it. One of an O and one of an I. And so the one with the O would mean it's off, and if you flipped it to the I, it would mean it's on. Like, I think the back of my PC has one of those kind of switches right now. Oh, we need to help out this particular shrine with something. That's this little spring, rather. Or I don't know why we're here, actually. But for most devices nowadays, the on and off button is the exact same thing. So it became that I-O shape all in one to represent that it can both be on and off by pressing the same button. I think that's based on the minor amounts of stuff I looked up. That is what I was getting from that. Also, we're gonna hopefully close this chapter out with the statues here. Oh, thanks, that's nice. Can I have my claw back? Oh, no, we're actually gonna finish this off. Okay, cool. So, I'm guessing we initially teleported to where the broken statue is, because I thought I had that ready, and I didn't, so came over here to fix that problem. But first, let's explore around here a little bit. It's very peaceful. But I'm actually wondering now, as someone who is more familiar in graphic design, maybe you could explain why the Switch was made so that... I mean, I've made my own conclusions based on the fact that it's all one button, so it makes sense that you have both of the symbols represented in one spot, but it seems to be a universal thing between multiple devices, so I'm kind of curious as to why that's a thing and why it's not something else. Because a lot of Nintendo devices, like, for some strange reason, even in Japanese, it just says English Power on there for a lot of the older ones. I don't know why they did that. That's kind of strange, actually, when you think about it, because a symbol would make it a lot easier to market to multiple different areas of the world. Putting in English definitely puts you at disadvantage for many places in Europe and some other places. Obviously, Japan and the Americas are fine because they both speak English somewhat. And hey, the statue fixed itself. Don't ask how it fixed itself. You're welcome. Oh, well, I have my stuff's full. I'm sorry. Okay, alright, I'll be back. I'm gonna go throw a sword over here first, I guess. It's important that I do this. Don't ask me why. Oh, because I have 114 Korok seeds. I can just talk to Hestu. That's probably why. Weapon stash. Okay, well. Da-na-na. Shields, I guess. Shield dance, shield dance. It's blue because it's the shield dance. Can't. Oh, okay. We'll do weapons. Back to red. It's back to red. It's red 'cause it's for weapons. Oh, that doesn't fit into the stanza of the. Dang it. I only have 2, unless you can do something with 2, which I don't think you can. I'll take these. I'll put the sword back in right now. Just kidding. They need help? Who needs help? Oh, you want me to do like Korok missions and stuff. Maybe later. No, I don't know. Oh, that guy. I know about him. And I apologize for apologizing, but I'm going to apologize again about the whole Paper Mario thing. Again, my opinion. You don't have to like it. I'm sorry if I was being rather rude. I'm super sorry about that. We'll just buy these Bright Bloom seeds, why not? I feel a certain way about games, and that's just how I felt about Paper Mario. That's all. You know what game you should really play, though? Criz Tales. That's a good indie RPG. I need to play more indie RPGs now I think about it. I played Criz Tales, Indivisible, Rest in Peace, Indivisible. What other indie RPGs have I played? I can't think of them on the top of my head right now, actually. So yeah, I should definitely play more indie RPGs. And no, I know what you're gonna say right now. I have no interest in playing Bug Fables. I'm sorry. If Bug Fables is like, hey, this is like classic Paper Mario, again, I'm not interested in that, and I'm sorry. I'm glad you're enjoying it. And again, there aren't a lot of people don't. A lot of indie studios don't make RPGs because it's so much of a time commitment to do that. And even then, if you do make one, they're pretty short. I'll have to look around for more then. That'd be up my alley. I like RPGs. Well, certain RPGs anyways. It'd be cool to have like a proper successor to the Tales series. Because I remember like on the channel we did Tales of Berseria 7 years ago now. Oh my golly. And that was my kind of like reintroduction to the series, but Berseria, as fun as it was, definitely didn't like want me to. Oh, right, we were getting a thing here. That's just the Skyward Sword. Hold on a second. Hold on a second here. Wait a minute. Wait a darn minute here. We've created a time paradox. This sword will eventually become the Master Sword, but we already have the Master Sword. So how did we get this sword? What? Is Fi in this one too? Is it a replica? We got it. We got the Skyward Sword. Isn't the Skyward Sword the Master Sword? Yes, but also... Well, I think I know what we can do with that sword. put it on display in the vacation home. Sorry, that was me, like... I was being silly there. I had to itch the... Not the tip, but like... the... I guess you would call it the shaft of your nose? I don't know what for sure, but like... The main arc of your nose, and I was like just scratching it, and then I noticed, oh, it makes a funny sound, and then I started doing that, and I was checking to see if the microphone picked it up. Okay, sorry. I thought it was funny. Just like Link dying of hypothermia is also funny. It's not actually funny. Don't do that. I don't think we have anything to do super cold, so we're gonna need to get on some. Pass me. I'm fine, I can take it. No, you can't. Although, oh, the temperature went, like, skyrocketed back to the middle and then went back to being cold. This is a very interesting section of the map, for sure. Because, like, it's cold here, but I think the moment we get down from the snow part, it's not going to be cold. So is this where our next tier is? It is. Alright, well, there's that. But knowing me, I'm going to try to find the Korok first. Because there's always a Korok in one of these. Yeah, we don't need that there anymore. Well, we don't really need it there. I mean, I guess we don't need that one either. You know, now that I've been on the tangent, you know, if you have any good indie RPGs you recommend, let me know. I know people like One Step from Eden, which is like Mega Man Battle Network, I guess, but I'm not sure if that's an RPG or a roguelike. Mega Man Battle Network is an RPG, but its battle system is very interesting in its own right. For some reason, my mind's like, Stella Glow's an RPG. I'm like, it's not an indie game, though. I mean, knowing what happened to the studio, I guess you could say it's indie at this point, but it was technically published by Atlas and Sega, so it's not that indie. And I guess on that front, I'm not super interested in most SRPGs either. You have to really get me interested in those in some other way. Like, I'm not super interested in picking up Wargroove. But I've heard good things about that too. So anyways, give me suggestions, but not these suggestions, because I already thought about those suggestions. I'm being very impossible to deal with right now, my apologies. I might just go check out like the Steam page or RPGs that are potentially indie after this log. Because most likely, if I get them, I'd want to get them on the Switch, because I just prefer playing with a Switch controller than my Logitech controller. Sandland's an indie game? No, it's not. Hello there, Electro Keys. Do you know where there is a rock of where I can find a Korok here? The Rock of the Korok. What could you... Okay. You made me lose my shield. I'm not happy about that. Get out of here. Never come back. I don't like you. Except do come back. I kind of want your eyeballs and your wings for reasons. Kind of infuriating. They gave us one Swift Violet, and the rest of them are just like, oh no, these are just the Rushrooms. I need more Swift Violet. I don't need those Rushrooms. I don't, like, use them for anything. I could use them for some things, I guess, but I don't. And back to the freezing cold. We'll be fine for a bit. That was the bit. Okay, there we go. Now we can't get frozen, which is great. Don't know how it's going to help us right now. Try to find the Korok. Oh. There we go. Let's to the left. There we go. It's kind of cool how these geoglyphs glow in the nighttime. Considering what I have an idea of what this geoglyph has, not as cool because it's kind of creepy then, but still, it is neat. I'll take the berries. Get some climbing in. Get some climbing assistance. I hope the Korok seed's not up there. It probably is, though, knowing my luck. Regular moon, so don't worry about that. Not that there's any enemies here to begin with. Just glows. It's just really cool. I like it. Sometimes it can glow even more pristine because it's like dark and snowing out. It's not as glowy. Yeah, at this point I've gone, who cares? I have the hearts. I can tank the damage of being frostbit. Which, spoken like someone who's definitely from the area I grew up in. Because that's definitely something we would do. 40 degrees out? That's great shorts weather. In actuality, I just don't like wearing shorts, so I don't wear shorts. It's more like 100 degrees out, I'm wearing pants. But it's still hot out, I don't care. I don't like wearing shorts, I'm wearing pants. Alright, so I don't think we're going to find this Korok. What is that? Well, there's a place we can go to later, hopefully. Pass me, give up on the Korok. Pass me, gave up on the Korok. Wise move. Alright, it's time to get another... ball of water that contains a memory of a thing that looks like a tear on the ground, and it's made of water, and tears made of water, so there. All comes together.
Allow me to offer you my deepest apologies. On behalf of the Gerudo, for taking so long to accept your repeated invitations. It is our desire to be accepted into the protective embrace of your kingdom. To serve it faithfully.
A welcome appeal, Ganondorf. I will accept your vow of fealty to the Kingdom of Hyrule. I understand that a single male is born to the Gerudo every 100 years. Receiving such an appeal from you, a hero to his people and a king by birth, well, it is truly reassuring.
Is it, though?
It is my honor. When your Zonai ancestors first descended upon these lands long, long ago, they must have seemed to be gods. And now you rule as king, and have taken a Hyrulean woman as your wife. Your Majesty has certainly risen above your admirable lineage. Most impressive.
Okay.
It is unfortunate that the noble Zonai no longer grace this world with their presence. All except you and your sister, that is.
Oh,
Even if something were to happen to me, both my kingdom and the peace it brings, these will endure for generations to come.
well, at least he's happy about that.
Your actions today are appreciated, Ganondorf. I look forward to your future endeavors. You may leave.
Your Majesty.
Why can't Zelda have her own chair?
I believe that man's heart holds many dark ambitions. Just his name, even that, it gives me pause.
Yeah, you just hack off the last four letters and
For that reason, and others, I want him close. It will be easier to keep an eye on him.
hopefully that won't bite you in the butt.
There is nothing to worry about.
Okay.
I'm glad that I know the proper way to pronounce Gerudo now, because I always kind of roll the R with it, and I wasn't sure if that was right, but it seems like that's the right way. Also, it kind of sucks for the Gerudo to basically be like, hey, we only have one boy born every 100 years. This guy's our king. And it's like, that's kind of stupid. You guys are like these awesome warrior woman race, and you have to follow the will of this random dude that just showed up out of nowhere? That's balls. Anywho's, we're out of time for this log. We'll have more time to process that next time, maybe. If you like this video, like, comment, subscribe. Don't have if you don't want to, but it's always appreciated. If you'd like to see as far as the game goes, Tears of the Kingdom's on Nintendo Switch and hopefully playable on a successor. But of course, most importantly, please have a wonderfully great day, and don't stab people in the back like it seems like Ganny-Boy is going to do here. Probably. Allegedly. I don't know for sure. I can't tell you. You'll have to find out. Ciao.